and welcome to my channel. This video is the number 3 in my Inspiration in the World series. My Inspiration in the World series features card designs that I create based on things which have triggered an idea in my mind, or colors or combinations that impress me. These cards I'm making here feature flowers from the Stampin' Up Best Blossoms stamp set. The designs were inspired by a shirt my good friend Lisa wore, and I thought the colors were remarkable. There are some black flowers, which I thought gave a nice cosmopolitan touch to it, and I'm going to make one change on the card I'm going to do for you today. This one I embossed the black leaves, the black flowers, and the white flowers, but when it came time to do the white flowers I wasn't exactly happy about that, so I'm going to change this design slightly in the video. I also have used some striped washi tape for this design. If you don't have this particular washi tape, or if you have ribbon, that's fine too. Before I get started, I wanted to take a moment to give my girls at Q-Spa Nails a thumbs up about the wonderful nail design. I just realized that this is the third video and I haven't mentioned it. Now let me move these things out of the way and jump right into the creation of the card. Okay, first acknowledging the elephant in the room, the shadow. Please ignore it. I'm going to be using Distress Oxide inks on these cards, and I have quite a few colors here, and you'll see that even though it looks like so many colors, each one is just slightly used, so it makes it alright. If you didn't have all of these colors, you could of course use what you had. If you didn't have Distress Oxide, you could use regular Distress ink. The outcome will be a little bit different, but not so much different that you would be disappointed. I have Spice Marmalade, Cracked Pistachio, Peeled Paint, Fossilized Amber, Broken China, Faded Jeans, Worn Lipstick, and Fired Brick. And regular Distress ink, I have Picked Raspberry. They have not come out with Picked Raspberry in the Distress Oxide ink yet, but I understand that Tim Holtz is putting out some new colors, so perhaps this is one that he picked up. I'm also going to be using a Versamark watermark pad and my Versafine Onyx Black. Because I'll be doing some ink blending on this card, I will need several ink blending tools. As mentioned, I have black striped washi tape, and I'll be using some rhinestones for the embellishments. There's going to be some embossing, so I need my embossing buddy, and reaching quickly, some white embossing powder, opaque. And I'm going to need some water, so I have a spray bottle, and I will need paper towels. There's no watercoloring, but this is needed. I have papers to make 2 cards, so I have 2 card bases cut 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, 2 black mats cut 5 1/4 by 4, and 2 white panels cut 5 by 3 3/4. It's a lot of stuff, so I keep moving it around. The Best Blossoms stamp set by Stampin' Up is what I'll be using. I have this in a wood stamp set. It's a little older. I don't know if it's available on clear or not. I'm also using Saying Stuff by Stampers Anonymous, which is a Tim Holtz company. I have a generic stamp that I got from Hobby Lobby, I think. Stampendous. And it says, cherish yesterday, love today, dream for tomorrow. Okay, this card is really very simple, even though it's 2 cards. So I'm going to mostly just let the video run and play the music that my brother provides for me. Excellent musician. Please check out his channel. There will be a link below. I will list everything that you see here in the comment section, so you don't have to try and remember all of these items. I'll clear this up and we'll get started. Alright, before I get started, I put a glove on because the Distress Oxide inks, when I go to take the sponges off the blending tool, it tends to get a lot of ink on my fingers, and I really hate that. I don't have enough tools that I could use one for every color, but I'm working on it. So this is a little trick that I learned to keep the hands clean and prevent putting smudges on places that I don't want it smudged. I'm bringing in a piece of paper to keep my area kind of neat, and the card base. I mean the panel, the white panel. So I'm just going to go through and pick up the colors one by one. There's no right or wrong way, and I'll just let the music play for your enjoyment. Here we go. Now that happened because I wasn't as aggressive enough with this as I needed to be. And as you can see, you just take a clean paintbrush and you can just wipe off the extra embossing powder where you don't want it, and everything will be fine. Okay, moving on. Alright, that is this card design. You may have noticed I ran into a couple of problems there. I should have put this on before I matted it to the black, but it's still fine. I just carried it all the way over. And it probably would have been easier to put the happy birthday on before I matted it again, but who knows, you may have found it easier because since it's matted, it's laying flatter, whereas before it was a little buckling because of the extra moisture. So one thing to remember, use your embossing buddy to make sure that you don't have the sticking of the embossing powder as I did. Okay, and I added some flowers on the inside, which I thought was a nice touch. Let me clear this away and I'll go on to the second card design. Alright, I've arranged the colors in the way that I want to put them on the card. These two colors will be the large flower, these two will be the leaves, and these three will be the small flowers. So it helps if you do a little bit of setup beforehand, so this will keep you from stamping something that you didn't intend as you go through. So I'm just going to go through, and I'm starting with the larger flowers because I want to make sure that I don't have far too many of these, and I leave space for the happy birthday. I'm not happy with that, so I'm going to flip it over and try that again. Make sure I get a good impression. Much better. All right, as you saw, I had a little bit of an issue with smearing on the back, but easily fixed. That's why I always do the card base last. So if I make a mistake, it's an easy matter of recreating it. Whereas if I made a mistake on this side, it's a little bit more effort. So let's show you all the cards together. I also had to use my heat gun a little bit because the Distress Oxide ink is a little bit wetter than the regular inks. It's partially pigment, partially dye. So you have to remember that as you're using it. It makes it easy to blend with, but it also makes it a little bit difficult when you come along to do other parts of the card. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed these cards. Please try it yourself. And remember, you can be inspired in anything, in any place. Just keep your mind and your eyes open. I'd like to thank my brother David for the music that he provided for my channel. I appreciate all the help that all of my family and friends are giving me. I appreciate the good comments and feedback that I'm getting. Please subscribe to my channel and you will be alerted when I put out new content. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Take care.